Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first Off Balance with Pierre-Olivier Leclerc and me, Oliver Taza.
What's up, guys?
What's
First
up, Pierre?
episode.
First episode. We're
Yeah.
getting started with the Off Balance.
Yeah, it's our first podcast, so
Our goal with the Off Balance is obviously to provide you guys an off balance to initiate whatever you are.
whatever project you're on,
Yeah,
whatever you want to do. We're going to talk a lot of Jiu-Jitsu, obviously, right?
primarily.
And
yeah.
we have like a lot of ideas in mind, a lot of different things. And what's on the plan today?
Today we're doing a match breakdown. So oftentimes people ask at seminars or just in general, hey, what do you think is going to be the next big thing? You know, we've been obviously leg locks have been a big thing for the past couple of years.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, and then now people are countering to the back, and the game just doesn't stop evolving. And then I firmly believe that the next big things in no-gi at least is going to be pressure passing.
Pressure passing, yeah. And we've seen quite a lot at ADCC this year. Gordon was a good example.
William Tackett.
William Tackett recently.
Yeah.
he's
To be
been
honest,
killing
this he's one of the guys I've been watching a lot recently, and that I've been picking up a lot of things from what he does in matches.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I had a match with him in June at a sub-only event, and he did pass me 2 times, and I was quite surprised. Like, it was the first time I was getting passed that clean and with Balance. So after I was like, okay, I gotta work more on that
Same
pressure
here.
pass. Yeah,
So the person we're covering, the 2 athletes we're covering today, it's a match, a pretty recent match from the last edition of the ADCC, John Satava and Dante Leon. So I had a match with John Satava about 2 years ago at West Coast Charles for 3rd place.
yeah, I remember that.
And it was the first time I experienced somebody. So at that time, was Jake training with us? Jake Shields?
Jake Shields.
I believe he was there. I just wasn't getting as many rounds as
I was
as
still new for you too. Like,
Yeah.
like even if Jake was there, he wasn't there for a long time yet.
Yeah, 100%. So it was the first time I really get exposed to that style, that level. I mean, at TriStar we have George that does a lot of pressure
Yeah,
passing.
he's pretty good at it too.
Yeah, George is good
It's
at
a bit
it too.
different the way he does it.
Different style.
Yeah.
Definitely different style, different way of doing it. But anyways, yeah. So I really believe that pressure passing, half guard passing, all these things are very useful, and that's why we're gonna break them down. And then definitely a big shout out to Flow Grappling for allowing us to
Yeah.
use their content.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And then you guys, I strongly recommend after this match maybe going to watch my old match with him against Satava. And many of his matches, he uses pretty much a similar style. He won trials using that style as well.
Yeah, he did. And on the Flow Grappling archives, you can find all the matches.
Oh, yeah.
Like Taz's,
Just on the
matches and-
on the search bar, just write John Satava, and then you have events, you have videos, whatnot.
Yeah.
Put events, you can find trials. Play around with it, and then you will definitely find what you're looking for. There, also the guy he's facing, Dante Leon, very accomplished grappler,
crafty.
and, crafty as hell. And then the good thing about it is he has really good guard, so it's nice to see how Satava's passing plays out against Dante Leon's guard. And it's a really interesting match. It's not like the match of the tournament or anything, people don't say, but when I watched it, I've watched this match multiple times because there's a lot in it. And you will see right from the get-go these guys are getting after it.
Yeah, it's very technical matchup, right? There's a
Yeah.
lot going on, and it changes during the match, so we'll be able to pinpoint that.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to go over the match, we're going to stop when there's something useful, and then we're going to just pinpoint what they're doing.
Yeah, talk
So-
about it.
Without any further ado, let's get right to it.
Let's get started.
Let's do it. So I'm just going to adjust the mic. Let's just get this match started. Boom. So you guys will see right off the bat. So obviously, hand fighting, Satava elects the pull guard right away. And the one thing that I like a lot about Satava's guard, we'll just wait for the sequence to happen,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about it.
He's utilizing a lot of push and pull, right? Off of it, he's trying to pull
Yeah.
under. Then as you pull back, try to come on top.
So grip fighting, obviously, like you'll see in most matches, first minute feeling out process. There you go. Look, grip, pull, right here, snap, push. All right. Can we rewind that maybe a couple of seconds here? Let's go.
Yeah,
back
of
a bit.
course.
All right, right here. So look, what you were saying is right. Like, look, he'll pull and push. So when he snaps,
He did snap his head like for a second. And
snap the
Yeah.
head. He got this going in that direction here, right here.
So Dante Leon's head.
As
was-
soon as Dante postures up, that exposes the hips, and then you see Satava drives straight in that direction. So a little push and pull. That also, guys, for you, if you're watching and you're not big in no-gi, what I often hear people saying when they're heavily oriented into the gi is they'll say, "Oh, there's not much to grip. I can't grip anything." No, it's not that it's not much to grip, so you don't know what grips are available.
Yeah.
It's different. The grips in no-gi and in gi are a little different.
Yeah, you can't grab the clothes, right? So you have to, like,
Yeah.
like he did, like the snap down was
Yeah.
some sort of grip
Yeah.
on the head. And as he posture, now he's getting double leg.
It's more dynamic grips,
Yeah.
right? You have collar ties, 2-on-1s, drags, and then oftentimes when it's slippery, you will start with a push and then a pull, right? So if you guys are watching and you're wondering what kind of grips to get, look at wrestling. Wrestlers, what they do. 2-on-1s,
Basically no-gi.
arm drags. Yeah, that's no-gi. So here, Satava drives off the double leg here.
Just get the video back on.
Yeah, let's go back
Yep.
to the video, switch,
All right.
and we're back. Drives, and then here beautifully lands right into a body lock.
Yeah.
As you
Strong
can see.
position.
Yeah. So the good thing about this is that he's transitioning very nicely. You know, he's chaining up the moves right off the sweep, right into a pass, and then you can see how he's got a body lock. And then we're just gonna go forward a bit. Just go forward a bit. He's got the hips flattened out. Very good head position. And then you see the beauty about the body lock is that Dante tries to elevate him, but it's not happening. It's a lot harder, at least.
Yeah, the head positioning made a big difference.
Head position. Notice what side he's passing on. So there's an over-under. Dante repummels an underhook here, as you guys can see. Let's go back to the arrows. You guys can see right here, Dante's got an underhook. So what Satava does is that he brings his head on the same side, because this will turn. Obviously, you see this elbow here. This will come up and become a crossface. You see, he'll come like right around here, become a crossface.
Yeah, and another thing to mention is like, obviously, like we're seeing, because his head right here is on the same side as his underhook, but he has his leg here posted. So even if Dante is actually trying with his left hook to elevate him, it's killing the position because he has a split squat. So he can be like just like elevated and swept over.
Yeah, so that's a good point. Also, the hands around the hips, and then obviously posting up the leg is going to make it hard for you to get butterfly swept from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we move forward just a couple of seconds, and then we're going to go back to this position right here. See here? Boom. Let's pause it. Now what Satava wants to do, he wants to look to trap the knee right here. So you'll see him working and looking to trap the knee. Step this leg.
So he wants to step his left leg over, right?
Yeah, you're gonna see here in a couple of seconds. We go back to the match. We're gonna go back forward a couple of seconds, and then you'll see, boom. Watch, good head position. Tries to repummel the underhook, but you don't necessarily need it. You can work off an underhook and then see steps, traps the knee, and then he brings it back to the center line. So what that does is that it flattens Dante Leon out very nicely. See how now the knee here is no longer acts as a frame.
Yeah,
Here?
it's there's no more frame basically.
Hold
It's
on.
past.
We work on some accuracy here. The knee right here, boom, is trapped back in the center line. And then he
Nice.
brings it back to the center line to flatten Dante's hips out. And now look, another very nice thing. So when you're passing guard, obviously side control, you end up perpendicular.
Yeah.
Right? So as you can see here, Satava switches his head to the opposite side and then sinks his hips towards us. So his head is going in that direction here.
Yeah.
And then his hips.
Beautiful arrow.
Yeah, nice arrow, right? And then his hips are coming in that direction. So he's slowly working his way to a cross-side position.
So he's getting cross control over the left shoulder of Dante and the right hip, right?
Yeah, let's move forward a bit. So we keep moving. And then you see head position. Good head position. Turns his hips out. I like the positioning of the left foot here. Acts as good base.
Yeah.
Dante's staying nice and calm. You see how he switches to the crossface here?
Crossface disappeared.
And this is just a very annoying position. There's not much. I mean, there's things you can do. Notice here, Dante's slowing things down with figure 4 right around the ankle here. That's going to slow down Satava. He wants to free the knee.
Yep.
This is going to slow him down a bit. He's going to have to deal with the slog.
So he can. Dante is able to like get frames back in between him and
well,
Satava.
now he's able to slow him down.
Yeah.
Oftentimes you get to that very dominant position, and you find that either a lockdown or they're pinching really tight around the knee. It makes it hard for you to free the leg.
Because it's very hard to off balance someone in that position where Satava is right now. It's hard to just like tilt him.
Yeah, especially because you see his right knee is off the mat.
Yeah.
And then this cross, I mean, I think he's going to adjust the crossface, but that crossface here, Satava's left arm is going to be cross-facing Dante in that direction.
So it's hard to tilt him to the right.
It's hard. His head is looking towards the left. Chances are it's going to be very hard to bump towards the right.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the beauty of it. And at the same time, it's safe for you to bring your hips. It's safe for you to bring the hips cross. So as you guys can see, we're going to draw it. Boom. That's Dante, and that's Satava. He's working his way to a cross position. Sorry, my arrows are terrible. Let me get this mouse a little bit closer to me. Beautiful. All right, so we keep going. Satava does a beautiful, no, not Satava. What's his name? Dante does a beautiful job of off-balancing here. We'll see in a couple of seconds. Man, this is a good position. You see how he's working that crossface very nicely?
Yeah.
Coming right behind.
But Dante has still good frames under him.
Yeah. Right behind the, right behind that shoulder. That's a very good position. And he's overwrapping the hip, as you can see.
Tough position to be in.
Not a good position to be in. And off balance and then square one.
Yeah, that was a beautiful word by Dante to get back.
Stay calm. Obviously, stay calm. And then the thing is, no points right now. We're still 8 minutes. So
beautiful arm drag.
Yeah.
Getting up.
So we're back to guard. Now this is nice here.
So he puts the foot on the hip.
Boom. Yeah. As you can see here, let's go back. Let's rewind this a bit. Right here. Okay, so first thing, Satava baits the arm drag, as you can see. Yeah, here we go. Look. Leaves his arm hanging out there. You see this?
Yeah, his left arm, right?
Right here. Leaves the arm out hanging, and then let's go back to the match. Boom, right into a body lock. Only this time, notice the head position. So here, look at the shoulder line here of Dante. Here, yeah, the shoulder line. Dante is not flat on his back, so he's turned a bit to the side. And then Satava's head is somewhere around here, which is pretty low. So this gives Dante the opportunity to counter. So let's go back to the match. Watch here. Boom, throws that leg over. Beautiful. And now this is a nice thing that, let's rewind that a bit. Oh, never mind. Actually, he does it again. He does a beautiful job, Dante, of
utilizing upper body attacks and then entering the lower body attacks,
chaining things up. So a little similar to what Satava's doing, mixing up guard with passing. So Dante's doing a beautiful job here of switching from omoplata. As Satava postures up here. Never mind. Let's take that out. As we see Satava posturing up here, it leaves this open. Access to the legs. Now, one thing that I do differently, I'm not saying it's wrong or right. As you can see here, notice Dante overhooks the leg.
Instead of scoop gripping for you?
I would underhook the leg.
Underhook, yeah.
Underhook the leg, and I would get... Dante does it, I'm sure.
What difference does it make for you? Let's say to underhook the leg?
Well, you'll see it'll be harder for
him to stay on the position.
It'll be harder for Satava to step out.
Okay, yeah.
It'll be harder for Satava to step out. As you can see, this knee here is on the outside.
Yeah.
This right knee. He wants it on the inside of the hip here, right here.
Yeah.
So somewhere around here. But we'll move it forward a couple of seconds. Boom. Knee comes in,
Yeah, now he has the knee and the leg.
throws that left leg over, but
Satava
boom,
steps out.
Satava
yeah.
steps out. It happens again. I personally like the underhook.
Yeah, it
Under-
creates that bend in the leg where it's harder to step out, right?
It gives you a bit more control. I mean, listen, I'm not saying what's wrong, what's right, what's wrong. It works better for me. It probably works for him in different scenarios. Maybe Nagi works better. I don't know. He's a beast.
No, but whatever, like you're using like techniques that has been working well for you, so it makes sense. Like if
this is something we work a lot on. Anytime you threaten any upper body submission, anytime you get defensive reaction posture, boom, legs are there.
Nice.
And then the next step, they defend the legs. What is there? The back. So chaining these things up.
So you have multiple attacks chained together, because at that level guys are going to defend and be on point, especially at ADCC.
At that level, we'll see, man. You make the slightest lapse of concentration, it's done for you.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Boom, back to it.
Upper body attacks.
So Satava obviously enters a little naively the second time after having just being caught by an omoplata. So now listen, we're 2.5 minutes into this match, and look how much action we've had.
So much things going on.
So now for these guys, if we go into like not strategy, but like you're competing, you're gonna have to a good skill that I find high level guys have, and I don't even think they notice they're doing it, is they adjust their strategy mid match.
Yeah.
They're adjusting. So now one adjustment that we're gonna see. So now Satava passed once to Dante's right.
Yeah.
Once to Dante's left. Now what is he gonna do? He tried pressure passing. He hand fights. All right. He sees the foot on the hip. He elects to stand up. And now boom. He's working complete different kind of passing. Does a good job here of putting the knee down, and boom, underhook. But Dante, man, this is for Dante, he's seen this before, gets his frames.
Yeah, he's comfortable in that position on the Z-guard knee shield.
Yeah.
And what's interesting too was like Dante felt like almost got past at the beginning. So he felt that pressure of Satava. So he was like, all right, now I'm going to utilize frames from the beginning just to not let him get on that body lock, because he knows he could be in danger.
It's like in an argument, man. The more you have informations, the better decisions you can make. So now Dante felt what is happening. Now it's Satava that needs to adjust. That's why you see at a high level, you see guys kind of keep things for the end. Yeah. Or they save things for the end, and they start off slow, and it's a strategy. Like I'm not saying it's good or bad.
Measuring themselves, right?
Yeah. Measuring themselves, pacing themselves, making sure they don't get tired, but also like keeping not a secret, but keeping these moves kind of till the end. Unless you have the different approach, the Marcel Garcia approach, where you go out and you try to submit guys.
Or the Gordon Ryan.
Or just different styles, man. I like to go out and get after the guy right away. And be
we can tell in your matches, usually you're trying to get after guys.
Maybe a little too much in my match versus Hinato at first, but experience and adjustments.
Yeah.
Without any further ado, let's keep going.
Yeah.
So now both guys have informations about each other, and adjustments will be made. We see a beautiful, guys, just by the way, you see this foot on the hip right here?
That's so nice.
That's how you can slow down pressure passing. You see that foot? It's hard for him to connect. It's hard for Satava to bring this guy's heels towards his butt. You bring the heels towards the butt, it's going to be hard to elevate and move. If you keep the foot on the hip, it's going to be hard to do that.
Plus, you see the body lock come in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, so you can attack upper body like he did two times before.
100%.
And we were saying the other day, we were drilling that in the gym, like how to slow down the body lock and at least like start attacking the upper body.
Feet on the hips is a good one. There's a nice YouTube. It's on YouTube also. It's Rafa Mendes versus Jake Shields.
Yeah, good example.
That's a really good match. I watched this match many times. You see Jake struggling, just holding on to the pullet sometimes after having Rafa Mendes.
Trying so hard.
Trying pretty hard. So anyways, foot on the hip. Very good tool. Very good way to slow things down. If you know your guy's going to pressure pass. Let's keep moving forward here. Valerio. We go in. So we're going to, there you go again. And again.
Gets that angle.
Now, listen, I'm not saying everybody can be that flexible and bring the leg around, but Dante's expecting it. So
I would break my LCL right there.
Yeah, my knee hurts just looking at it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You got to stay to your side. Make sure you don't get flattened out. Keep the head low. See how he's framing, keeping the head away. Boom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dante's doing a good job of getting that angle again.
Yeah. So it would be let's rewind it a tiny bit, just a couple of seconds.
Let's see.
Hold on. Yeah. So here, notice I just get that perfect time. Okay. Look where Satava's head. Let me rewind that one more time. Okay. So here, boom. Look how low his head is compared to the shoulder line. Right. Anytime you have that framing, that kind of so Dante's pushing his head obviously down in that direction.
Yep.
And out and away. So diagonally. So really he's pushing his head, in that direction.
Yeah.
Away
towards
from
his right shoulder.
Yeah. So that will help Dante stay on his side.
Yep.
It will help him also not get flanned out. And it gives him the angle to throw that leg over. Let's move back forward. So obviously you wanna avoid these things from happening. Head position.
Yeah.
Head position
absolutely.
A bit higher. So again, same song and dance. Transitions from upper body to lower body. Goes into the leg with the overhook. Satava steps out.
Same thing again.
Yeah.
It's like the third time it happens.
Yeah.
Satava is really aware of that omoplata. It's been so many times.
Oh man, I mean, if he's been the pressure passer for the longest time. I'm sure it's not his first time getting put in that position.
No, for sure. And I'm sure he was expecting nothing easy from Dante.
No, definitely not. So feet on the hips, again, just an excellent tool. Again, see, feet on the hips.
Get to his side.
Dante's adjusting really nicely here. Throws in the De La Hiva. Oh,
a wild Taza appears.
Wild Taza and Canuto appear in the background. And you know what? At 6 minutes, these guys are probably waiting for points to start.
Yeah, because
feeling themselves out. They're slowing down. See how the pace slows down just a tiny bit from that aggressive start.
Yeah, and being Satava, you don't want to like do everything to pass and then pass before the points are up, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You want to get yourself in a good position.
So for those of you listening and not too sure what's the deal, so ADCC, the first half of the match is no points. And the second half is points.
Yeah, so the first 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, first 5 minutes. See some nice inversions, some good inversion work here by Dante. So yeah, usually guys, I'll tell you for the most part, they'll like patty cake, push and pull, wrestle, half fast they're wrestling until, points start.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing right now. They're like
slower pace.
They're still working, but like you said, at a slower pace. They want to make sure they have a good position before the point starts.
Yeah. So we see here, same thing, framing, keeping him away. Now we're about to see points start in just 1 second, and then boom, points, and it starts. Now from here, we're gonna see Satava get just a bit more aggressive once again. So now here, the thing that's stopping, Satava from closing in the distance. First of all, Dante turned to the side, but it's that knee right there. See that knee?
That knee shield right there.
Sorry, let me circle this instead of putting it off. This knee stopping Satava from getting hip to hip. So let's see what he does to deal with it. Back to the match. He's gonna take that right arm. Boom. Good hand fighting. Super important hand fight. Tries to get it out. Ends up in a double under position. Again, Dante just so good. See how he switches right to the scoop.
Made sure he didn't stay on his back, flat on his neck.
Yeah, man, not everybody can scoop and get underneath the legs.
It's not easy, position. That's for sure.
You can get put in turtle easily, leg from that position. See how he switches to the leg right away.
Yeah. Like he gets that scoop grip right away.
And then same thing. That right knee here will look to get. He'll try to get it on the inside. Right here.
You want to be past his elbow line, right? From Satava.
So kind of similar entries that Lachlan uses to enter like a similar K-guard style entries.
Yeah.
From there. These are just really good transitions from upper body to lower body. And I mean, I don't see that often a lot, but from the stack going into the legs, it's a pretty hard thing to do. Hats off to Dante for even attempting it. Let's keep going. So you see how actually Satava's aggression, try to get in, gets caught in a half triangle, gets double unders. So sometimes pressure passing, also the beauty about it is that even if you don't get it, you'll get something out of it,
Yeah.
right? You'll get somebody to push. Maybe you can go back to loose passing. So driving in will help you drive back out, switching sides, in and out, side
So you
to
can
side.
mix it up.
Mix it up. Yeah. It's good to start with pressure. So let's keep going. Switches, gets that inside position. Satava, not the first time. And now smart move from Dante here. So again, for people who aren't too familiar with ADCC rule set, had Dante stood up for more than 3 seconds, he would not be able to pull guard.
Otherwise, it's a negative point.
Otherwise,
right?
you get a negative. Yeah. So he does a very smart decision of going back to guard.
Especially like seeing he couldn't like follow up with the takedown all the way up. He was like, okay, I know like I can probably score at later.
Especially seeing that the first half of the match he had good success with his transitions. So good decision from him to stay in guard and look to work on reversals. So here things get a little riskier. So people, obviously, athletes tend to be a little more careful. Dante goes back to the knee shield. Hand fighting, super important to hand fight here. Super, super important. To keep the distance. Stava being a little more patient here, we can see. Again, that frame, that knee on that left knee of Dante, just slowing things down. Satava switches to split squat here. Again, grip fighting, super, super important here. Notice Satava staying nice and low, not driving in too much, not driving back too much. He's really stable, good.
And he's preventing Dante to get underneath him.
Preventing Dante, but also maybe waiting for ref ask them to push the action a bit. That's insane. That's insane that the ref's asking for them.
Yeah, because
it's been nonstop here.
Yeah, exactly.
Switches to that beautiful. Is beautiful. We're gonna see similar off balance. I'll talk about it in a couple of seconds. So yeah, here's the thing. Satava passes on his knees. Now he's forced to pass standing a bit more. So what does that open up? That opens up entries for the legs.
Yeah, exactly. So
right?
Dante was almost able to get underneath him, with inside control.
In a couple of seconds, we're going to see a nice entry. We're going to see Dante disrupt his base one more time and get a really, really nice entry onto the legs. Hand fighting. We see a lot of patience here again. Then drives back in.
Again, the double under.
Again into
same
the legs.
Position.
Again. He's just so slick with that. Feet on the hips, feet on the knees here. That's very good work from Dante. So what he's doing here, he's using his hook to push that leg in that direction. And he's using his grip around the ankle.
To pull it, right?
To pull the foot in that direction. But also he's using so it's a lot of things happening on at the same time. And he's using that knee to extend in that direction. So what that does, it widens Satava's base.
It does, yeah.
And in order for him to not just fall on his butt and get swept, has to drive forward. And let's see what happens in a couple of seconds here. See, leans forward, and then now Dante does a good job of going from De La Riva. Let me just rewind that just so we can really get that. Okay, here, hold on. Boom, off balances. See how it brings Satava's hands down. And now look, there's the knee. The knee was on the outside. His knee had the De La Riva hook.
Yeah.
Right here.
Now he brings it on the inside,
Oops,
right?
Sorry. Yeah, his knee was right around here. Now Dante does a beautiful job, and his knees goes to the inside. So as you can see, now he's basically underneath him.
Yeah.
He's underneath his base, so now he can start playing with all his X guards.
I can enter
single legs.
one leg X.
Leg entanglements in general. They're all there. So it's good for you guys to see how you don't necessarily need to get the whole leg underneath. You get the knee underneath his base, that is enough. Because it's a good frame. Yeah. The knee's a good frame. If Satava decides to sit down here, oops, here, Dante has a knee, acts as a solid frame here. Boom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right there.
It gets him under him.
Yeah, and then notice also something very smart Dante's doing, controlling the secondary leg. This is huge. You can get underneath anybody in the world. If you don't have the secondary leg, they're going to back step out.
Yeah.
Especially if they're not off balanced.
Which was happening in the first half of the match where he was getting under, like, after the omoplata, he only had one leg.
Yeah.
And Satava would just, like, step out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Definitely. It's a little harder to go grab the secondary leg off the omoplata, but
yeah, of course.
when you're throwing that leg over, you can go and hook the far hip as well on the inside.
It was mostly to say, like, that because he didn't had control over that second leg, which is hard, obviously, but it makes him able to step out. And what we're going to see is, like, Satava can't really step out of this.
Yeah.
It's not as easy, at least.
Yeah.
Should we go?
Go back to the match.
Yep.
Boom. See? Breaks his base. He's underneath him now. Hips overhead. That's good positioning. He has both legs. Got a nice X guard going here. Tries to sprawl. Still underneath him.
He lost the second.
No, he's still got it. He's still underneath him.
Beautiful.
He goes to the underhook and tries a heel hook. Now, this is good. Who am I to say what Dante should and shouldn't do? But I personally think in this scenario, it would have been maybe a little bit maybe wiser. I mean, obviously, in the heat of the moment, you don't have time to think or anything. But again, look, here you scoop, you drop him down.
Yep.
Right here, instead of going for the leg, I would be standing up.
Underhooking the leg, maybe?
Underhook is good, but I would not be attacking that primary leg. He's already defending the primary leg.
Okay, so what would you do?
What I would do, I would look to heist.
Yeah.
As soon as Satava drops, I would look to heist, and I would look to backstep on this leg. Look to backstep on this leg.
Classical Taza.
Backsteps, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the best. Backsteps are simple, but it's more about how you time them and when you choose to time them. So he's dropping. You can see Satava here. His whole thing is he's falling in that direction.
Yep.
So for you to attack that leg over there, you're kind of helping him escape. He's going in the direction to free his knee line.
Yeah.
So the good thing for Dante to do,
and he's thinking about that leg.
He's thinking about that leg, is to keep driving in that direction, heist, and then hiding his intentions, coming up, backstep back into the leg.
That would be a good option for sure.
I think but you have to, it's obviously a question of timing. As soon as he drops, you come up with an overhook. I would keep the overhook.
Yeah.
Underhook is hard. Underhook would be good if you want to spin around that primary leg.
Yeah.
If you want to spin around, is good because now you can make spinning around with backstepping.
Yeah.
These are good options. But again, I the only time I'll really attack an outside heel hook once I get to single leg X is if he's leaning overhead and I'm rolling him through and I already have the heel.
So you're like shooting a reap.
As soon as you drop into the position, it's tight and it's done already. I'll do that. I would not have
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would not just pull outside Ashi or like go to outside Ashi right away. I don't think it's solid. But anyways, maybe he has something he does that I'm not aware of. I'm sure there is something.
Yeah, and like you said, maybe in the heat of the moment, he saw the heel, was like, okay, I'm going to try. Maybe it's going to lead me to something else.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Let's get going.
Yeah, again, let's go. Let's keep going. So here he loses the knee line, and then Satava knows what's going on. Heist back up, and we're back to square one. Close guard, Williams guard, classic. And
so he's buying a bit of time.
We're buying a bit of time here. Obviously, we're 2 minutes away. I don't know what's going through their minds. It's hard to tell. They both had very high work rate. This is why I really like this match. And in general, these two guys, you don't hear them much. You don't hear talk about them much, but they work, man. They work, and they let their actions do the talking.
Yeah, Dante had a crazy year so far.
Yeah, crazy year, and it keeps getting better for him. Good for him, man. Shout out to him, Canadian, getting out there. So again, same thing. Look, scooping, knee on the inside. Satava sprawls that leg back and switches to a split squat position. He's aware, man. Yeah. He's aware. It's really hard to get underneath Satava, man. You got to get him out of his pressure passing. Here we're about to see some fireworks, man. We're about to see one of the craziest. I watched this match many times, so I kind of know what's about to happen. But it's nice to watch it even.
Back to the upper body again.
So here's something interesting. See, he has the frames. He's turned to his side, and now look what happens here. Boom, body lock.
Right away, body lock.
Let's rewind this for a second. Now, here's the thing with pressure passing. What you got to be really aware of. Look how Dante is kind of caught let me rewind it for a couple of seconds and stop it right. Sorry, man. Right here. So here he's, so listen, see how his shoulders are aligned with his hip here?
Yep.
See that? It's like in a straight line. If you're dealing, oh yeah, that's a beautiful line.
Straight line.
Straight line, 180
word.
degrees. I hope his spine is not like that, man. Anyways, when you're dealing with somebody like Satava, especially after 9 minutes, you know he's going to pressure pass you.
Yeah.
You cannot just sit up with your shoulders aligned with your hips. You want to have either your shoulders in front of your hips, so you can put your head in the way and you can put the foot on the hip, or you're all the way on your back.
But now he's like kind of leaning almost up, right? He's like kind of upright.
Yeah, he's leaning
sense, yeah,
upright and he has his hand on the mat, so he's turning. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to heist, but it's hard to heist with
all that space.
Not with all that space. There's also this arm that's going to stop him from heisting too. So he gets caught in no man's land, and what does Satava do? He takes advantage of it, and let's go back to the match. Going back to the match, steps over the leg, and then just takes full advantage of it. Stepping right over the leg, and now all he has to do is beat the knee. Good head positioning here. See his head position? All the way up to the shoulder line.
Beautiful, and he's already in like cross control here.
Beats the shoulder line, stuffs the knee, so he's past the hip line too. Boom. And now all he has to do is free his left knee. All he has to do. It's a tough task, but Satava is really good at that. We're going to notice something really nice that he does that I've been playing around with after watching this match multiple times, going back to the match. He uses, look at this. That's something also Marcel does a lot. So crossface, obviously, but also I'm just going to wait for the perfect time to show you guys this. I'm just waiting. Boom, right here. Oh, wait. I think we can get a better shot of this. Look, okay, here. You guys can see. Look at this frame here. Satava using the sole of his foot against the thigh.
Yeah, this is so nice.
This is nice. And, dude, it's I mean, I tried to do it. It's not that hard to get if you can put your foot
Is
there.
it? Yeah.
I usually like to put an instep. Use the shoelace on the inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if you see, what's it called? Dante's knee closer down to the mat here. It's an easier thing to do.
To just bring the instep on top, right?
How do you bring the knee down? Just like Satava's doing, bringing his head in that direction and the hips in that direction. It'll bring the knee down. With the crossface, with his head facing in that direction, be very hard to...
it like twisted the spine. It's going to twist the spine like because you're looking in one direction and then your hips are facing the other direction.
100%.
What's interesting is putting that foot too on that hip right there. Instead of just leaving your foot there and possible to get back to guard, you're actively pushing and killing the hips.
Yeah. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I honestly, some people might find this style boring. I find it so beautiful to watch. And it's also, dude, it applies to all styles. You're doing MMA, you're doing this. You're doing gi, this applies.
Absolutely. You can just do the same thing but use the grips instead.
Yeah, obviously. I think I haven't watched many of Satava's gi matches, I must admit. I'm sure he ends up there. I'm sure he does.
Yeah,
I'll have
most
to check
probably.
and watch.
I don't think he changes his style that much for the gi.
Not that much.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back. Let's keep going. This is about to get crazy here. So he's in perfect position. Dante's flattened out, and look how he's using freeze the knee.
Beautiful. And now he's basically
that is insane. So those of you who aren't familiar with ADCC rules, it is notoriously known to being a rule set that is very hard to get scored on.
It is.
You need to have more than half of your back touching the mat, both shoulders on the mat to score points. So he gets past the legs, obviously, but he doesn't flatten Dante out somehow.
Dante's doing a great job of like keeping like his whole body on the side.
That's insane.
Yeah, now, it's insane that he didn't score.
Yeah. Now this usually, if you see somebody turning into you, what do?
You take the back.
You step over the head and take the back.
Yeah,
but obviously, 30 seconds left. Match is about to end.
You're trying to score.
Quarterfinals are on the line. You're trying to score, and you don't want to lose this position.
No, exactly.
So you don't want to like go to the back and then you lose it and then boom. And then also there's a time to do it. There's a good time to do it. Now I don't think it's the right time for Satava to do it.
Yeah, it's a hard one now.
He does a good job of switching. Like you'll see later on, he'll switch. But
crazy that they didn't score that.
It's insane, man.
It's like almost arguable that you could have scored.
It clearly in the rules it clearly says that the guy's got to be flat.
Here, right here.
Yeah.
That would be a perfect timing for him to right a bit before, right?
Let me just bring it back like a fraction of a second if I can do that.
Absolutely.
Okay, here. Let's go back. Look how Dante brings the arm across here. So he puts himself basically in like a claw grip.
Yeah, he's giving the claw grip to.
Yeah. He gives up. So once the elbow, anytime, let me point that out.
Oh, click again on the. You just missed your circle.
My
there
opportunity.
You go.
Opportunity, poha. Right there. Once that elbow crosses the center line, it's back take city.
That was basically
like a desperate attempt just to not give up points.
Yeah, that was basically what told like Satava you could have go and get the back. That little moment right there.
That gave the green light for Satava to keep going. So let's go back to the match. And here steps over the hip nicely. And another 20 seconds max, he would have taken the back.
Yeah, most probably.
Unless obviously I'm not taking anything away from Dante. Maybe he could have pulled back to half guard here.
Well, let's see, he was in a good position. It's
a very good position. Yeah. If the arm wasn't across, see how let me just go back. See this elbow, how it's across?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Faut que tu le laisses faire. Ça va?
Il va falloir que je devienne moins bête avec ça.
Ben, il va falloir qu'on ait un meilleur système que ça, en fait.
Yeah. Je demanderais à Flow Grappling, hey man, look, this is, if you got any advice, any tips, please let us know. We're using it took us.
Mais on va trouver quelque chose. C'est parce que c'est la première fois qu'on le fait.
Mais
it's the first time.
S'ils peuvent nous donner accès à eux, ce qu'ils font.
Yeah, of course.
Be good. Can we go back a couple of seconds? Yeah, right here. Just a bit more, Val?
Yeah, I think on this side.
Bring it like when he steps over the hip.
So more forward.
Yeah, right here.
Right there.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah, right there.
Good? I'm going to pretend like this didn't happen, all right?
Yeah, just give him a few seconds when we say go. Are we on?
So, as you can see here, elbow past the center line, steps over the hip. It would be hard for Dante to just trap Satava's knee and pull back the half guard.
Yeah.
And then flatten his back on the mat because that elbow and that shoulder are off the mats. So this was really, really dominant position for Satava to score on. But what do we have? 3 seconds left. Not enough time.
Yeah,
to score.
not enough.
Even if he were to take the back right now, not enough time to win the match.
Yeah.
So
we get to overtime.
Smart move from Dante, man. This is it. Could have been. He had all the reasons in the world to just accept and then.
Yeah, he was able to like keep that position enough, and he knew the time was running.
Yeah.
He's a smart competitor too.
Extremely smart.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Back to overtime now.
OT. So those of you who aren't familiar with ADCC rule sets, once again, we're going to go to OT here. After 10 minutes, you're tired, your legs are heavy, you don't want to lose, you can't pull guard, so you got to wrestle.
So it starts standing up, and if you pull guard, it's a negative point, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is a negative. So here, we're just gonna go over the OT and then just go to the sequence where shit hits the fan.
Where there's actually scoring
where
in there.
The actual action happens. So here, let me go forward. Let me just go forward to. So here they both eat penalties, which is okay in my opinion, not bad.
It was for
Satava gets the first penalty, which kind of surprised me.
It was a weird one, but
whatever, man. If it pushed the action, they gave one to they gave one to Dante after, which is cool. I don't mind. And we're gonna cut it. We're gonna start playing right here. So 2 minutes left.
They've been feeling each other out, like
they've been feeling
for
each
wrestling.
other out on the feet.
Yeah.
They're waiting, and now they're both at 1 penalty each. Okay. Now here, this is where it happens. So Dante takes a shot, and then Satava sprawls, and now boom, counter. So let's see reshot, but
beautiful reshot.
Yeah, a reshot. But let's see what caused Satava to get to expose his back and get his back taken. So here, obviously, you can see both guys take a split second to kind of assess the situation.
Yeah.
Right. Satava has a front headlock, which is a very dominant position, and as we saw, he's going for the leg.
Yeah.
Like he's going for the leg, which is great.
He wants
idea.
to shoot a single on the left
Yeah.
leg, basically,
The
right?
one thing that I think caused Satava the match is that little one thing. Notice where his head is. See where Satava. See where his head is up here.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay, that's easy. Now this leaves. I'm gonna just look at where Dante's arm is just posted on the mat here. By having Satava's head all the way up here, there's no control over the elbow.
Yeah.
So when Satava goes to reach for the leg, Dante times it perfectly, and then boom, reshoots. So what Satava should have done, which is easy for us to say sitting on a couch.
Yeah, of course. But still,
that's why we're doing a breakdown.
Breaking down the match, right?
Yeah. So you can just
What
learn.
could have been possible?
What could have been done is
that's
you go to a chin strap. Satava can go to a chin strap with the right arm, and then make Dante's head face in that direction.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, his head slides down into the armpit and gets his head on the inside. So now what happens? He's blocking the arm from coming and reaching for the leg. Once you block that, now you have access to the leg. He's tired. I'm sure Satava knows that. I'm 100% sure he wrestles. I know they wrestle.
Yeah.
Heat of the moment.
Yeah.
Heat of the moment. You're tired. Whatever.
Yeah, and making sure you put pressure on that right arm of Dante prevents him from either reshooting or getting an underhook as you go around him.
Not only that, look how they're facing each other here. See how they're facing?
Yeah.
Best thing would be for Satava to circle his legs in that direction here. Circle with the chin strap, with the head position.
Yeah.
So you get closer to the leg. So now you can attack the primary leg here. You can attack this leg. If he steps this back, what do you have?
The second leg.
Secondary leg.
That's it.
Just by blocking this arm right here. Just by blocking this. Boom.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do, especially against a competitor like Dante,
definitely.
who's just waiting. You can tell he was waiting for that one time, that opportunity, and boom.
Yeah, the idea is there, but it's not easy as we said. But it would have been a good option, definitely.
Hey, it's better than just having the headlock and having no idea what to do. It's a great idea to go for the leg, man.
Let's see that reshot.
The reshot. So let's go back to the match. We go back to the match. Go forward a bit. As he reaches, Dante times it beautifully.
Shoots and he gets on the body lock.
Boom.
Beautiful.
And now here, man, with a minute and a half left, Satava elects to not give up the points, which is a smart thing to do, but this is Dante's bread and butter, man.
Oh, yeah. Once he gets that upper body control seat belt on you.
From the back, from the guard straight to the takedown, or from here, like a reshot. This is where Dante's most dangerous. This is how he took Lepri's back, man. He had Lepri in a split squat.
Yeah.
Lepri backs up just a bit. Dante's on him. And
yeah,
that was
right
it,
away.
man. That's how he takes the back.
And he seems, I mean, I've never rolled with him, but he seems like he has one hell of a, one hell of a seat belt or like waist lock, like really connects himself and he's able to keep the position.
Strong. Especially when Satava's hips were not on the mats, especially when he's like 4-pointing it.
Yeah.
Head low, hips high.
Yeah.
Usually you slip off. Dante
he did
not seem to slip off. Not one.
No, he seemed like connected.
He's probably doing something different.
So now you got the points. Hopefully 30 seconds left.
Hopefully, Val, we can have him down here one day, right? Dante.
Yeah, that would be
down
amazing.
Here to Mizu, come kick our asses. What do you think? Thumbs up from Val.
Val's down for it.
Val gave us the thumbs up, Dante. If you ever listen to this, let's get in touch, man. Hopefully, you can come down and get some good training.
Absolutely.
Canadian represent. Come spread the love. Check. So
this is it, man.
10 seconds left. As you see, just one little technical, like
little
adjustment
mistake,
to be
basically.
made. I mean, I wouldn't call it a mistake. It's just something. There's always something can do better.
Yeah, of course. But it's like one thing you miss at that moment is another man's victory. In that sense where Dante just was, like you said, waiting for that moment.
Oh yeah,
and just shot right away.
So there's our first off balance. I'm hoping you guys were able to benefit from having our perspective.
Yeah, first breakdown, right?
First breakdown, not the last. So obviously we have many ideas. We're going to be playing around with them. Breakdowns is one of them. Interesting books is one of them.
Yeah.
Q&As is one of them. And then hopefully guests like Dante or Satava that we just broke down, have them come down here.
Yeah, we want to have people on the podcast too,
Yeah.
and maybe like even if we have to call them and have some interviews, because there's so much going on in the grappling world right now.
More and more.
Yeah, and if you guys have like comments on like the way we did things or like critics, stuff like that, let's go ahead. We're on social medias.
Exactly. So if you guys found this valuable and would like to support this podcast, you guys can support us by, first of all, doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you're not doing jiu-jitsu, congratulations for making it to the end of the podcast. It's number one. Number two, you can support us by hitting up scramblestuff.com or .ca or any store worldwide. Use promo code TAZA15, save some money. Or if you're on the Canadian website, use code TAZAGARAMI, save some money. That's our first sponsor. What do we have on Scramble? We have gis, no-gi,
rash guards,
shorts, rash guards,
everything,
spats, hoodies, sweatpants, apparel, fanny packs. The ultimate game changer. Honestly, the best thing that has happened to me this year is discovering the fanny pack. I know I'm late.
You are.
I am. But traveling, especially traveling, if you're traveling or if it's winter time and you put your things in 15,000 different pockets, guess what's happening? You're losing shit. You don't know where it is. You're looking for your keys.
Fanny pack.
Lip gloss. You don't want your lips to get all dry.
Fanny pack.
Car keys.
Fanny pack.
Anything
That's
you
the
got,
answer,
anything
right?
you need. Fanny pack. Charger for your phone. Portable battery.
Ginger shot.
Your ginger shot. Your turmeric spicy latte. Your incense.
Fanny pack.
They all fit in a fanny pack.
And there's some on Scramble, right?
And we have one on all stores. Show us some love.
That's
some
funny.
support. So Scramble, if you want to get some gear, represent full speed, let us know.
Yeah, other sponsor.
If you're not Canadian and you want to rep the Canadian team Rash Guard, can they do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
Just get
you
on the
can.
website.
Yeah, get on the website. Even if you're not Canadian, even if you
Or
don't live in Canada. If you're Canadian and you live somewhere else,
if you have Instagram, you can hit up the Scramble Canada Instagram too.
make sure to represent. That's number one. Number
Yeah.
two, Roll Forever. Betty Boo, we
Yeah.
love you.
Betty Boo, we do. Yeah, Roll Forever.
Roll Forever, pushing people to get better, and obviously no excuses. No reason why you guys shouldn't get on the mats at any age. If you guys wanna support, hit up Roll Forever.
Yeah, supporting athletes like myself to get out there and compete and to spread jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. What is
worldwide.
Betty doing with that
Yeah.
money? She's reinvesting in the company. She's bringing in top-level athletes. She's supporting local athletes, and she's slowly expanding to athletes worldwide, starting with us in Canada.
Absolutely.
So Betty, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Support, obviously, it's for a good reason. People like that, genuine people like that, are rare. And then when we do find them, you just want to help a person like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Somebody-
And speaking of, we have like if you're in Montreal area, you can hit me up at TriStar or at Mizu. We'll have some like rash guards from Roll Forever for the world's coming around the corner, right? So hit us up.
After you're done training, what are you gonna need to do, Pio?
You got to shower, man. Get clean
Why do you shower?
to not get staph.
Not to give staph,
That too.
not to give ringworm, not to
Yeah.
give out dirty diseases.
Yeah,
How do you prevent that? You get yourself some good soap.
real good soap.
Kimura soap, all the way from Dirty Jers. Use promo code OTAZA, save some money. This soap, literally, just shower. Usually, I know you guys will keep the water on nice and warm, especially if you live in a cold country like Canada. Turn off the water. Let that soap sit for a couple of seconds, and then rinse off, and then feel how your body feels. Let us know on the thread how your body feels after the soap. You're going to feel amazing.
Should feel good.
Next, we got Mizu Studio. Shout out to Val sitting behind the screen.
The man itself.
Running all the technical aspects of the operation.
He's killing it too.
Killing it. Mizu Studio. Many people ask me, hey, when you coming back here? When you coming back there? When you going to visit us? When you going to teach your next seminar? The answer is never. Maybe not never. But the answer is it's your turn to come. If you're asking me when you're going to come back, that means I've already been to your gym. Now it's your turn to come. Come and kick it here. Winter, okay. Maybe it's not the nicest season. It's beautiful. You can do some winter activities.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
can go and ski,
You can go and ski.
snowshoes.
You can hit the sauna. You can go to nice restaurants. Liverpool House.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
some. Boom.
Yeah, shout out.
We have some good connections in restaurants if you guys come to Montreal and want to get a good
And
lunch.
you get good training.
And you get good training. The friendliest environment you'll find here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mizu, cleanest gym. It gets cleaner every time I come. I don't know how.
Val, that's how.
Val, how do you do it, man? We'll have Val on the podcast one day explaining to us how to clean the gym.
He's going to do a breakdown.
Breakdown. Yeah. Next, Physiomentum. If you're in Montreal, injured, you're passing by, you want to get fixed up, hit up Physiomentum. Some of the best physios in the game. Fix me up, fix PO up, fixed a bunch of athletes up.
Yeah, so many. They're the best, man.
They're great.
Just-
It's a nice place also. You get in. Also, friendly environment, super cool. It's basically a house.
And they understand what we do, too, as
Uh-huh.
athletes,
Yeah.
which is great. Yeah.
They understand what we do. They don't overwork you. They don't underwork you, whatever.
Yeah, and they don't tell you like, oh no, you can't train. Jiu-Jitsu is dangerous. No,
Mhm.
they know you're gonna train, but they'll try to figure it out around, right?
Tom told me, I know you're going to train. Just be careful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He knows.
I had a scare though. If you're doing ACL surgery, by the way, I know this is completely off topic. If you're coming back from ACL, the beginning is the easiest part. The hardest part is around 4 or 5 months when you're not supposed to train, when your leg feels amazing, but your ligament's not ready yet. Be careful.
That sounds tough. Yeah.
Next we got Origin Labs. Origin Labs.
Get
They
some.
they have Mulk. What is Mulk?
Milk.
Mulk is the best tasting protein on the market. I'm telling you. Hit up Mulk. Use promo code Tazagarami. Also save some money. Show some love. Last but not least, where you can reach out to us, the Reddit thread. Go to the
Reddit. Actually, we're gonna have a thread at some point where we're gonna post like the podcast. So
Yep.
as soon as it's up, it's gonna be on Reddit. You guys can.
what
have
is this thread going to
discussion.
be called?
It's gonna be. So we are on Reddit. We're the Off Balance podcast.
Yep.
And we're gonna be posting on RBJJ.
Yeah, I think it's called the Off Balance.
Yeah, the Off Balance.
Look for the Off Balance. Find us there, and then reach out to us. If you want to reach out to us privately, you can hit us up on the Facebookie, Oliver Taza, Pierre-Olivier Leclerc.
Yeah,
On
longer name.
Instagram, Leclerc, BJJ, Mizu Studio, Taza Garami. Hit us up. We'll get back to you. If you want to hit us up for seminars, you want to hit us up for whatever, you want to link up and train, you want to come and visit us,
Or just reviews of what you guys have been seeing and hearing.
comments, questions, life threats, whatever. And then that's it. That's basically it. I hope you guys were liked our very first episode of The Off Balance. We're going to work hard to make everything better and
Yeah.
more practical.
We're working on it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Safe in it.